Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. So yeah, in the spirit of Halloween, I'm going to be doing some more horror reviews up until maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I've done a few horror reviews already on this channel, or this is the only channel. Um, yeah, I've already done a few horror movie reviews for the month of October. I started off with Psycho. I started off with Psycho, went into Creature from the Black Lagoon. Then I did top five Final Destination films because I reviewed all five last year. So I'm like, very quickly, let me do my top five. I did The Crazies, Lost River, which kind of came out this year too. So Sweeney Todd and The Shining. Next up, how's about Silence of the Lambs? So yeah, this movie stars Anthony Anthony Hopkins, Ted Levine, Jodi Foster, Casey Lemons, Scott Glenn, Anthony Harold, and Frankie Fierson. Um, so yeah, before I begin though, 10 second spoiler warning as usual for those of you that actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10 second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. So yeah, 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never give you a fair warning because as usual I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So yeah, so basically in Silence of the Lamb, you have Jodi Foster's character, and she's an FBI agent, and she's basically tasked, and yeah, her task at hand is she needs to talk to Hannibal Lecter. So yeah, and basically they're trying to connect Hannibal Lecter's crimes with some recent crimes. In relation to some recent crimes that have been popping up, which they have associated with Buffalo Bill, which is Ted Levine's character. Jodie Foster goes to talk with Hannibal Lecter, and yeah, for those who don't know, Anthony Hopkins, who portrays Hannibal Lecter, I believe he won the Oscar for best supporting actor, and he's only in the movie for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, I don't know the exact. I've heard as short as 18 and as much as 25. So yeah, so he's in the film for a really short time, and apparently it's the second shortest. He's the second shortest on-screen actor to have received the award. So yeah, so there's someone who appeared shorter as a supporting actor, if you know what I mean, in a shorter time as a supporting actor. So that's interesting. Also, Silence of the Lamb won Best Picture when it originally came out. Or when it came out during the Oscars, it won Best Picture, which is thus far the only horror movie to have done it. The Exorcist was nominated, but it didn't win. That's as much as I know. So yeah, basically, Jodie Foster, she's talking to Hannibal the Cannibal, trying to figure out Buffalo Bill and his grand scheme and seeing how all this connects. And yeah, this is more of a psychological thriller. It's more of a horror movie. And Jodie Foster just talking to Hannibal Lecter and Anthony Hopkins. Shit, he deserves that Oscar. Okay, straight up, because that weird sound he does. Shit. Okay, I mean, damn. I mean, overall, this movie is great in my opinion. It's great. Yeah, it's great. Um, how do I explain it? It's creepy. Let's go with that. I think that's the best way to put it. It's creepy because you have Hannibal Lecter he's in this prison basically. He's in this prison surrounded by a bunch of lunatics, and then there's him, all calm, but he's still a lunatic, okay? And then there's also that one scene, the famous scene where they transfer him to another prison, and he's picking the lock to the handcuff, bites the one guard, and it basically leaves the other one for dead or whatever. It's basically creepy, to be honest. And the stuff with Buffalo Bill, that's also creepy because he's kidnapping women, he's murdering them, but he's not raping them. Like logically, that's what would happen. I think logically, if I was, let's say, a serial killer, and I was going after women, I'd rape them and kill them, obviously. But no, he's not raping them. He's just killing them, and it's mostly fat women, which I find kind of funny. Like, okay, I mean, I guess he's trying to cut down on obesity. as morbid as it sounds, I guess that's his goal tactic. Cuts out on obesity or some bullshit like that. It's really fucking weird. And then he's like a transvestite, I believe, or something, or he wants to be a woman or transvestite, transgender or something. It's creepy and it's weird. Buffalo Bill, creepy and weird. And I just like how Hannibal Lecter kind of talks to Jodi Foster's character. You know how he's trying to connect the dots between all the murders, and it's kind of creepy. And then also the way he's able to deduce everything that Jodi Foster says, you know, even to like even to the point where he knows what type of shampoo or perfume she's wearing, or even knowing what type of events she's gone through, like like stuff with her father, for example, or at work. It's just so interesting, in my opinion. So yeah, Hannibal Lecter, he's probably one of the more. He's smart, obviously, but he's more calculative, if that makes sense. He processes things more, and he's able to figure out an outcome, and that's what makes him such an interesting villain. And obviously Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, he steals the show. Jodi Foster does a pretty good job in her role too. I can't remember the character's name for the life of me though. So yeah, but now is this movie a perfect film? No, I will say there are a few scenes where I do think they could have cut out, because I do think this movie feels a bit too long, in my opinion. So it's a little long for its in my opinion, but overall it's pretty good. And then the soundtrack is actually pretty decent. Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good. It's famous. It's not. I won't say it's iconic in my opinion. It's not like one of the best known soundtracks, but it is pretty popular. So yeah, also the soundtrack is also pretty good. And normally when it comes to like horror movies, the soundtrack really does make it. You know, for example, Psycho, you know, with the t, or Halloween with the no, or something like that. I can't replicate the Halloween one for right now, but you know, when it comes to horror movies, the soundtrack is what makes the movie. In a sense, it partially makes the movie. And here, the soundtrack, although not as famous in my opinion, again, my opinion personally, it's still a really good soundtrack. So yeah, overall, great film, great acting for sure. Anthony Hopkins does deserve the Oscar. Jodi Foster did a pretty good job. Ted Levine also, I haven't seen much of him. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him. I mean, even though this came out in 1991. He played Buffalo Bill. He did a pretty good job. He was pretty creepy and eerie in this film. Not kind of like Norman Bates. Not as quiet as Norman Bates, not as shy, but still as creepy. Like Hannibal Lecter kind of reminded me of Dracula, for some reason. Like in a good way, like Bela Lugosi Dracula, which interestingly enough, I am going to be reviewing Dracula soon. The Bela Lugosi one, just because he's so calculative and like he wants to eat people, so there's that too. But he's thinking like so many steps ahead. Then he has like, you know, and then he knows how the other bad guy, the other enemy, is reacting. So yeah. I'm a bit sick. So yeah, and again, Ted Levine's character, Buffalo Bill, kind of reminds me of Norman Bates. He's not as quiet as Norman Bates, but he's still eccentric like Norman Bates. Okay, and he still has like his personality, you know, his tics, his personalities, you know, his own distinctive tics and personalities. So again, pretty good, really good film as a whole. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely one of the best horror movies ever made. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the videos are on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.